with Cooking with Chef Puff. We bring you the good stuff. All right, today we are doing slow cooked beef stew. Slow cooked beef stew. All right, I'm going to give you a rundown of the ingredients. So let me get my ingredients all together and I'll be right back. Okay, what we're going to be using here, we're going to be using 4 pounds of top round beef here, and cut into nice, bite-sized chunks. And also, we're going to be using bay leaves, Worcestershire sauce, cayenne pepper, garlic, salt and pepper, flour. There's a lot of good groceries with this dish here. And we're going to be using 4 containers, 32 fluid ounce of beef broth. Okay. And we're going to be doing the mixed vegetables. Okay. String beans, cut string beans, peas, carrots, and corn. And then to top that off, we're going to be using some diced tomatoes. Okay. I'm going to dice them really nice. And I'm going to be using 2 whole onions. All right, did I leave anything out? I don't think I did. So, without further ado, I'll be back when I get the seasonings all prepared. All right, everybody, what we're going to do now, we're going to get all these ingredients mixed together all in one big bowl. So right now, what I'm going to do, I got 1 cup of all-purpose flour. That's going to go in. All right. And my next thing I'm going to do, I gotta look at my recipe book here. Okay, I'm gonna add my salt. Okay, I'm gonna add basically 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using Himalayan pink salt here. Okay, and now I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of black pepper. All right. What I'm doing with this this dish here, I'm doubling up on the recipe basically. Okay. Now I'm going to add my cayenne pepper. My paprika. My apologies. And the same thing. I'm going to add two teaspoons of paprika. Okay, 2 tablespoons of paprika. I want to just give it a nice good mix. All right, this is going to coat the meat before I put it into a skillet with a little bit of oil and give the meat some color. But you know what I usually do. And that is perfect. That is perfect. Just as is. All right. Okay. Now, what I have left, I have the garlic and the Worcestershire sauce. So what I'm going to do, when I get my meat all cut up into chunks, I'm going to place them into another bowl with the garlic and the Worcestershire sauce and let them soak for just a short amount of time before I put them into the flour mixture. So once I start cutting up the meat, I'll be right back. All right, everybody, what I'm going to do now is that I have a little bit of fat cap here. I am going to remove a lot of this fat cap. It's not much, but I'm going to remove it here. All this right here. I'm going to leave a little bit behind because you always should leave because fat is flavor. But I don't like a lot of fat. All right, and I'm going to cut this into small cubes, okay? And then we'll move on after that. But The best, what I should have done, I should have put this in the freezer and let this freeze up a little bit before I cut into it, because it would be much more easier to remove the fat cap and to cut it into cubes. So, without further ado, I'm going to need another knife for this here. And just take your time. And I think that's about all the fat I am going to remove from it. Maybe just a little bit right here. All right, remember, this is a slow cooked roast beef. All right, so I'll be back when I start to get this thing ready to be cubed. Oh, you have to come out of it. I'm sorry. You got to come out of it. Swipe with it. Yeah. All right. I already cut it into cube pieces. All right, but remember, these are going to shrink. They are definitely going to shrink. So I'm looking about, what is that? About 2 inches. About 2 inches. All right, because when I eat this beef stew, I don't want no beef surprise. And if anybody know what beef surprise is when you have to look for a piece of beef. All right, and I'm just going to cut it into strips here. All right. Well, before I even finish this here, let me show you here. All right, I'll just put that in the bowl. I got the strip. You see the chunks. These are the chunks. The chunks. All right, I'm going to finish up the rest of this here, and I'll be back. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I got all the meat all chopped up very nicely. Removed a lot of the fat off of it. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit it and soak it down with Worcestershire sauce. All right, this is going to give it a nice good flavor. Several tablespoons of it. All right, and I'm going to get it all nice and mixed up. Oh yeah, baby. There's going to be some good groceries here. Now this beef stew is going to cook for at least 24 hours. Okay. But what I'm going to do after I finish with this Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to add the garlic to it, okay, I'm going to let it, wrap it up, and place it into the refrigerator. Okay. Now, I'm going to put me a couple of tablespoons of garlic. All right. Get it all up in there. Yeah, it's going to be some good groceries, boy. Don't be scared to get in there with your hands. Do not be scared. Well, I'm wearing gloves, but you can use your bare hands and make sure they're washed and clean. All right. All right. Oh, it smells so good, just like this. Just make sure you get it all nice and mixed. Worcestershire and the garlic. All right, that looks like right about where I want it to be. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up, okay, and I'm gonna place it in the refrigerator. All right, to let it marinate a little bit, and then we'll move on. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I have 2 medium onions. Got 2 medium onions here. All right, I'm gonna dice these medium onions up. All right, so once I dice these up, then I'm gonna move on to the next step. I'll be right back. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now with these potatoes, I took the liberty of peeling them. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cube them. I want some nice pieces of potato in my beef stew. I must have said it earlier when I was reading out the ingredients. I said tomato, which I should have said potato, but potatoes, not tomato. All right, here's the chunks here. All right, so without further ado, let me continue cutting up these potatoes, dicing them, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, what I'm gonna do now, I let the beef chunks marinate for a little bit, okay, with the garlic and the Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm gonna add it to the flour mixture. All right, don't be shy, just add it. All right, I got a skillet on the stove that's heating up with oil, and what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to, after I get these beef chunks in, all coated, nice and coated, then I'm gonna add them to the oil. I'm not cooking them. I'm just giving them color. That's all I'm doing. All right. Now, these beef chunks here with the flour mixture, it's gonna make the it's gonna make it the gravy thick in the stew. It's gonna make it a little thick. That's why you make the flour mixture. All right. I'm gonna just get it all in here. All right. Let's get it all coated. Oh, yeah. I wish y'all guys could smell this because it smells so good. Okay, I'll be right back when I finish getting this all mixed up and we'll move on. All right, everybody, what I'm going to do, I actually put it a little test piece in. So I'm going to start adding this beef stew, the beef chunks to the oil. All right. All right, I think I'm not going to overcrowd the bowl, the skillet, and I'm just going to get these going here. Now, when this is all said and done in the color that I want, all the sauce, the oil is going to go into the slow cooker itself. All right, you don't drain that away. All right, so once this is all done, I'll be right back. Hey, okay, what I'm gonna do now, because since the beef chunks are on the stove cooking right now, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add my onions. My potatoes to the mixture, and I'm gonna add my veggies. Add them all. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give it a nice good stir here. Get everything all stirred up in here. All right. I can eat this like this. No, I can't. All right. Still got one frozen piece, but that will melt down in 24 hours. And the potatoes will get nice and tender, and the onions. Okay, now, what I'm going to do now, all right, I'm going to transfer that beef stew that's in that skillet into this right now. All right. So, all right. Now, I still have another amount of beef stew to prepare the beef chunks. All right, so let me just get this mixed up here. Yeah, this is not going to be no beef surprise. This is definitely not going to be no beef surprise. This is going to be beefalicious. What do you say, camera lady? Mm-hmm. All right, like I said, you're not cooking the beef chunks all the way through. Like I said, it's got 24 hours to marinate with all the flavors. Okay, so I'm going to be back when I finish cooking the rest of the beef chunks. All right, everybody, I'm going to put the remaining of the stew, the beef chunks in. Like I said, this is going to be some good groceries. You might think it's a lot of beef I'm putting in here. All right, no, it's not, because remember, this is going to cook for 24 hours, and the meat is definitely going to shrink. All right, so just be very careful. Get it nice and mixed up here. All right. This is definitely not no beef surprise. This is the best beef stew to me in the whole wide world. Because I made it. That's why. Make it your own, like I always say. All right. All right. Still got that solid piece of ice there, but it's going to melt. It's gonna melt. Now, my last ingredient, well, there's two ingredients I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna put in a couple of containers of beef stock, and I'm gonna put 4 bay leaves in. And I'm gonna set it on high for 24 hours. But I'm gonna have to put an armed guard on the pot overnight, because there's people in this household that like to sneak and eat. All right? And when you wake up in the morning, like, well, where the hell did the food go? Well, without further ado, here we go. Start adding the cream of the crap here. We're going to fill this all the way up to the top. Yes, indeed. And you're definitely going to need someone standby, because with the, it's going to evaporate and everything else. So, but guys, it smells so good. It smells so good. Like I said, I'm going to fill it all the way up and give it a nice, good mix. Now, with the flour that I did use, it's going to thicken up. All right? And if you feel like it's not thick enough to your liking, you want it more thicker, you can add a little flour at a time to thicken it up to where you want it to be. You see how, oh, this is, oh God, it smells so good. And I ain't exaggerating either. That's my piece of meat. Just to let the camera lady know. You see the color? Color is beautiful. And I'm going to fill it up right to the rim. All right. So, you know what? There we go. Wow. Wow, look at this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it off right here. But like I said, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put this onto the slow cooker. I'm going to set it for high for 24 hours. And I will see you for breakfast in the morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back with Cooking with Chef Puck. We bring you the good stuff. All right, the beef stew is done. All right, it's been 24 hours. It's been cooking for 24 hours. The meat is very tender. The potatoes, all the vegetables are done. All right, and without further ado, let's just get to tasting. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is that let me get me some white rice. White rice was cooked earlier this morning. All right. Yeah, but this beef stew was cooking, like I said, since from yesterday, and for some reason, it got very low. When I found out that my family was sneaking it. All right. So just let me get a little mix. There we go. That looks good. All right. So there we go. This is my famous beef stew, the best beef stew in the world. To me, because I made it. Give a little mix here. Very simple recipe. Very simple. This is unreal. Oh yeah, baby. Hot. Like the meat. See the meat right there? You cut it with a spoon. That's how tender it is. But anyway, if you'd like to follow this recipe, all right, just watch the video. Very simple. Make it your own. Okay? Very simple ingredients. Not hard. Easy. But if you can just please give me thumbs up, subscribe, definitely ring that bell. All right, so I can keep on making these videos. And y'all guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.